Hello, my name is Russ Merrick, and I'd like to welcome you to the manufacturing facility of RUVO Automation here, located in Alden, Nebraska, a product line of Merrick Machine Company. Behind me here we have the 930, the Hercules as we call it, horizontal door machine, 8-foot capacity, so you get 8-foot doors, 4 different router stations. I'm going to go through some of the features and benefits of this machine and what value they are to you, the customer. We'll kind of start, you guys will see the camera rolling. We'll talk about the applicators that are up on the top hand side, the 1555s, the simplification we have going on there. Towards the end, go ahead and run, sir. We have touch control screen on the left hand side of the machine. We'll go through some of that. Towards the end of the video, we'll actually shut the machine off and shut the camera off, move over to the side so we can show you the manual controls that we have in addition to the touch screen. And then we'll also shut the camera down one other time, and we'll actually go to the back and show you the different things we have for lock bore and different options that are available to you, the customer. But once again, that'll be towards the end of the video. Right now we're just mortising. We're doing a 6/8 door. Once again, like I said before, you can get out to an 8-foot door. You can do right or left. In this case, we just mortised the door and the jamb. These units actually have the pre-drill on each one of them and the applicators on top, so we just placed 3 different hinge butts. Guys are running right out. He's pulling the jamb out. Okay, I'm going to have you come down here real quick. We've actually got the screen. Billy, go ahead and run around me, sir. Just go ahead and keep running. Once again, all the functions are pretty much standard to what we had for the manual controls, which once again are included in this machine. Good question to ask, by the way, because what's the benefit of having the touchscreen? Number one, it's kind of user-friendly, self-explanatory. It kind of walks you through it. What's the advantage of having manual controls? Most people are familiar with it, especially guys who've been in the industry a long time. In our case, as opposed to some of the other machines that are currently out on the market, they only offer a touchscreen. But if for some reason the touchscreen goes down or you have a lightning strike, you're out of business. So we've incorporated the manual controls into the 930 Hercules as well. Going through here real quick, as I talked about and mentioned earlier, keep going, Bill, I'll get out of your way, sir. Towards the bottom half, after you've actually routed, we've actually got the pre-drill lower section. Hard to see it from your vantage point, but you've got pre-drill, go ahead and run it, sir. And then your actual applicator unit with the bits and so forth on the top half of the machine. The 1555 applicators that are applying all the screws for you are PLC controlled. There's a computer monitoring what's going on. A lot more consistency, a lot better operation. If you're going to be doing different color hinges, for example, you need different color screws, we've got a cartridge. Go ahead and keep running. Don't mind me, guys. We've got a cartridge up here that you actually pull in and out, and we'll show you that towards the end of the video. This whole cartridge comes out, and you can put screws in. They come down the individual tracks, and we've got special hoses here that are non-kinky. We've got springs around so they won't get caught in any way. We also have an automatic purging system. So there's an aluminum block up under here. We'll show you here just later on towards the end of the video. It comes down. There's a quick detent ballpoint pin that comes out. This whole assembly will actually come out. You can dump the screws out, put it right back on. Once it's off, you can put a cardboard box under here and go ahead and purge each one of the heads. You could let the screws fall, but it's kind of a waste of screws. But anyway, all 4 of them will start purging at the same time. Pretty unique feature, real fast. The other thing we have on here is each one of the drill or the bits that we have are preloaded. Well, what does that mean? The preloaded bits actually help sink the individual screws. In prior times, or even some of the other competitive machines out on the market, they're not preloaded. So you might have some screws that are very good on the door but not on the jamb, or vice versa. Or you might hit a hard spot in some of your different harder materials like oak and so forth. In this case, it helps sink each and individual one. You're not going to have a 100% hit ratio on your applicators. You're probably looking at about 75% miss. There's going to be things wrong. You're going to get, always try and buy pre-sorted screws whenever you can. And as soon as you buy pre-sorted, lay them out on the board and go through and sort every one of them. Generally out of 1,000 screws, you're going to find about 32 rejects. So there's going to be screws that have no threads, no head, the heads aren't fully machined, or you're going to have blocks of steel or chunks. All those little particles, once you find them, sweep them off to the side, put the screws back in the box and dump them back into the main hoppers, clear here, up here on the top of the unit. Going in and out. Some of the other advantages, which are user-friendly for maintenance, so we've got stack valves. I'll try and show you down here at the bottom. Stack valves are strategically located all over the machine. In this case, just for the router bar, and as far as doing pre-drill in the applicators, everything's in this one area. So those functions that are handy and close by that you need to do maintenance on, or you want to double check a function, the valves are close by. And since they are a stack valve, it's easy to replace. Just pull the valve out, as opposed to some of the other machines that are currently out on the market. Now, on the strike assembly, just on the back side, which you're not seeing from this view, there's another one, another series of stack valves. There's one on the carriage. Everything was geared towards how do we make it easier for your maintenance fella when he comes in. Now, as consistent with everything else that we do on the RUVO product line, you're going to have a leveling foot system. Try and get this in a shot here. We've got a leveling foot that we've been using for many, many years. Comes in, helps adjust it. The installer will actually come in, set up the machine, level it to the floor, put everything in line, and lag it down so it's secure. Each one of the machines will have a parallel line in order to run production. You've got an eject wheel on the right-hand side of the machine that's going to help kick things out of the way. The pre-drill option, if you choose to go that direction, you're going to ask yourself, why do I need pre-drill? Well, the advantage of pre-drill is going to be if you're running oak doors, for example, or oak jambs, so we don't have a split out. If you're running some of the MDF material that's out there, or the corrugated product, they don't lend themselves to splitting out easily, so that might be an option for an MDF product. You might not need the pre-drill option. You can purchase the pre-drill separate from the applicators, and you can purchase the applicators separate, so you don't want the pre-drill, but you just want to have the applicators. That's also an option that can be broke out for you. Once again, you can run right and left-hand doors, whether it's 8 foot or 6'8". Okay, let's go ahead and keep running just a little bit more. I'm going to come over to this side. I don't know if you can actually see this. I'm going to focus on the screen just a little bit. Well, hopefully this will come out for you guys. If not, we can go through that with the salesperson individually, depending on what your needs are. But the main controls, you've got auto start, unclamp, clamp, stops in or out. Real similar to some of the manual functions in the past, but you can see at a heartbeat. And each one of the controls actually looks like a button that we traditionally have on the manual. Manual start button. Right now the machine is in idle mode, and it tells you that, and it also tells you that the machine is unclamped. So there's no material in here as far as the door and the jamb. And we've got main menu, bit status. What do we need to do there? Read it. ADP is the next one, which just came in and pushed the door into place. The ADP is the automatic door positioner system. And once again, is also an option, pretty much standard on the 930 Hercules. Also on the 930 Hercules, you have a 3-degree tilt, and we're actually tilting right off the main frame, so the back of the machine is actually tilting back if you need that 3-degree option. 3-degree standard on the 930. If you're looking for something else, we got to move you to a lower entry machine. We'll cover the 3-degree on the 930 when we cut the video off towards the end. You can look on the screen one more time. You're actually going to show a status, and on the screen it shows what's going on, what's turned on and what's turned off, and what's done and what's not done. So as things get completed, there's a check mark. So for some reason, since everything's controlled and computer's monitoring, if something didn't work or didn't happen, you won't see a green check mark. You'll see a red mark to identify, hey, it hasn't been done or it has been done. Okay? Kind of hard to see, but some of that we can cover with you individually. It's all about getting your operator familiar with the machinery, get them customized, comfortable with what's going on, and giving them information really helps make them a little more comfortable with the machine quicker, faster. During the install, a service man will actually come out, install the machinery, work with your maintenance guy, work with your operator and management, and go through the machine, what to do, what to look for, which items to check out, how to operate the machine efficiently. The installers will actually go through some of your plan if you'd like them to, and we can work on floral materials. Once again, you need to bring that up and ask the question. Other options that are available is in this demonstration on the left-hand side of the machine, we're actually pushing the doors in by hand. You can buy a 2002 door loader. 2002 door loader actually communicates and talks to the 930. So you can have a stack of, say, 72 doors all stacked up, and it'll pick one door off at a time, put it on the table itself, and inject it into the 930 Hercules. Both machines are talking to one another. So the 930 will say, I'm ready, and the 2002 will deliver it. Now, on the right-hand side of the machine, for the eject side, once it's actually leaving the machine, the eject wheel helps kick it out. You pull the strike jamb out, put it on top. Conveyors generally in this spot, or we're going to have a sizing conveyor, which will eventually go to an assembly table, like a 1278, for example. We're actually going to go through and nail up your jambs and your header and so forth, and eventually it'll leave that station and go to one of your packaging assembly tables. Go ahead, Billy. Now what he's doing right now is he just initiated, we're trying to fill the tracks. Once again, each one of these has 6 different tracks in it, and we're lifting this up and down, and we're filling the tracks each time we do that. And the operator actually controls that, so it doesn't sit there all day long, go up and down, up and down. We're trying to reduce the maintenance and so forth. So the operator does that periodically as much as they want, from time to time as needed. There's a viewing track, which you're not going to be able to see in this video, but the operator can walk by and see if the tracks are actually full, just from a quick glance from the side. And that's a good indication for the operator as far as when to actually cycle and get the cartridges going up and down. The 930 is also equipped with vac ports, vac hookup ports. So there's a vac hookup port and brushes. They come standard with the machine on the 930. The advantage is we're to the customers, we're trying to get the volume of sawdust down. We actually shut the vac off in this case. We've got a big 2-bag shop system clear at the back of me. We shut off just because of the noise volume. You guys are probably going to be hooked up to a central vac system, or we can sell you a double bag system. But for the purpose of the video and to be able to speak and you guys hear me, we left it off. Otherwise, it's going to be picking up a lot of the dust that you see here. But all the vac ports, you're going to have them on all 3 routers. You're going to have them on the lock bore on the back side, the strike assembly on the top side behind these applicators and so forth. Billy, go ahead and jump back in here. Let's go ahead and run this door. This is an 8-footer, gentlemen.
I want to make sure all the screws are in here.
You got it. Okay, while he's doing that real quick, I'm going to try and...
Okay.
Go ahead, Bill. You keep running. We've got a different series of stops and sensors that actually activate on the 1550 hinge applicators. So you have a little bit of adjustment, and you need a little wiggle room as time goes by, depending on what material you're running, whether it's oak doors, you got a mahogany, or MDF product. Routers can very easily be traded out. Bits are real simple to trade out compared to previous model machines. Everything has an open architecture at the top half, which we'll try and get you a shot after we shut it off and reposition the camera. But the bits themselves, everything's real easy to get in and out. Before it was kind of time consuming. Now with this model in the Hercules, it might have taken several minutes. Now it takes considerably less time than that. Okay.